We start off by seeing our MC looking at her family picture. She says that her dad went missing when she turned 8 years old, and then her brother died when she became 12 years old. And then the whole time, she dreamed of revenge on her mom. We see the MC's mother seeing the MC's hairline and saying that she is perfect, but her hairline is a bit miserable. We see the mother's face is unrecognizable. As the MC is sitting on the mother's lap and looking at herself, the mother says that the MC resembles herself. She continues and says that she was the same in childhood, so she can help So Myung fix it, and it's because So Myung resembles her. She tells So Myung that she would look better with bangs until then. Now, we see the mother ask So Myung if she would like to give learning violin a try and that she wanted to learn playing an instrument when she was younger. In the car, we see the mother say that she saw So Myung's results and her English listening score was not good at all, and continues to say that she'll soon arrange a tutor for her. She smiles and asks her, "You're obviously going to do it, right? My look-alike daughter, because my Somyung is just perfect." Now, at the school we see a teacher telling the students to pay attention to what she is saying. She shows them a chart which says, "Guidelines for using swimming pool," as she tells the students that the word cardiopulmonary resuscitation is a bit hard for them to say. We see Somyung taking down notes as her best friend, Seun, looks surprised and asks her how she can even take safety lessons so seriously. He tells her to take it easy and asks her if she isn't going to hang out with them after school today. To this, So Myung replies and says that she's sorry, but her mom will be picking her up today, and she has to go to the academy after school. Hearing this surprises him. He tells her that if this goes on, she'll be left with no friends. Myung smirks after hearing this. Now, we see Somyung pulling her lips down as she thinks that the braces her mom got her to fix her teeth hurt a lot. We see her sitting on a swing and sigh. Suddenly, we see someone tap her with a book and call her an idiot. We see a little kid ask So Myung why she always just listens to whatever mom says as he hands her the book. He continues and says that she should look at him as the mother has totally given up and doesn't even bother him. He continues and says that everyone says that So Myung is smart, but he thinks that she's actually dumb. So Myung looks at the brother's teeth and explains that he's her little brother, Myungjin, who's 3 years younger than her, and mother said that he's too late to correct his bad manners. She replies to the brother and tells him that she just feels bad for her, and she doesn't even have dad next to her. This makes the brother think. The next day, we see the brother offer So Myung apple juice and some candy as he tells her that she can take this, as she can't even spend her allowance on snacks. She thinks that the brother doesn't seem like a bad kid. The brother tries to throw the wrappers on the ground, but the sister catches him and tells him to keep the trash inside his pocket instead of littering the street. The sister thinks that no matter what others say, she's happy right now with her mom, brother, and her friends as she enjoys the juice and ice. But she wonders if her mom is happy with what she has right now. Now, we see the mother standing in front of the brother. She asks him if he played games on the computer without her permission, to which he hesitates and says that he didn't. She gets angry and tells him to not lie and asks him if he can take responsibility for his words and calls him a liar. The brother gets frustrated and cries as he screams that he didn't do it. The mother remains calm as she holds her phone. She shows him the phone and says, "You're really hopeless, aren't you?" We see that it's a recording of him playing games. She asks him if he can say the same thing after seeing the video. Seeing the video shocks the brother, and the sister starts getting anxious as she wonders when the mother even set this up. The sister's heart starts beating fast as she wonders why is it happening. She thinks that she didn't even do anything wrong and questions herself. Why am I getting so nervous? The mother gets angry and tells the brother that he doesn't deserve to be raised by her. So Myung tries to intervene and says that he is reflecting on himself, but the mother suddenly says that she even got a call from the corner store owner, and she heard that he stole from them. She tells him to not pretend like he didn't steal the apple juice and a few candies. Hearing this shocks the sister. She remembers the times when he offered her the juice and candies and thinks that those were actually stolen. The mother continues scolding him and asks him if he really thinks the adults are stupid. If he really thought that he didn't get caught because the owner didn't say anything? She continues and asks him, "Why do you think he informed me first instead of reporting?" "It's because you're protected by adults." She asks him, "What's so good about stealing?" So Myung looks at her brother as she sweats and thinks that she's scared and she wants to get out of the situation, so she wants the brother to apologize to the mother quickly. The mother asks him if he thinks that she'd still raise him after all this, and asks him to get out of her house right now. As this is happening, So Myung just wants the brother to apologize to the mother quickly. Now we see the brother crying as he stands outside the house. So comes and tells him that mother told him to come in. Few months later, the brother caused a problem again. We see the mother standing with her kids as she is getting scolded by someone else. The woman screams and asks if this is what a professor is supposed to teach. The woman throws a photo at the mother's face and tells her to look at it before she speaks. The photo smacks her face and slides down as she looks at it. She sees that the brother poured spoiled milk over her son's cycle. Everyone around them starts talking about what is happening as the mother tells the woman that she's sorry and that she'll compensate her. The woman keeps screaming and asks the mother if she thinks that she's doing all this for compensation money. The mother bows down and says that she's sorry for causing her a lot of trouble and that it's because she couldn't educate her child properly. As the mothers are exchanging their numbers, we see So ask the brother why did he do that, to which he replies and says that it's because that woman's son screws him over all the time, and that's why he was trying to get his revenge. The brother suddenly feels chills. He looks and sees the mother looking at him, which scares him. She walks past him as she tells him that she's become a disgrace in the neighborhood thanks to him. So tells her brother to quickly apologize to Mom, but the brother turns away and says that he won't cause she hates him anyway, so he's not going to. As the brother says this and walks away, she asks him where is he going, to which he replies that he's scared of riding the mom's car. Now we see the mother and So in the car. The mother tells So that while raising a child, they have to go through situations which they'll never encounter while living alone. She grips the steering wheel tightly in anger and continues saying that they have to apologize for things they didn't do, face shameful situations they didn't deserve to face just because of their children. The mother says that the brother messed up really bad this time, and she wishes that it would have been perfect if So were her only child. So looks at her mother's eyes as she says that and gets scared. After the day of the incident, the brother was always quiet inside the house, and he went to school by himself and never rode Mom's car again. Now, on a snowy day, we see the mother waving bye to Somyung as she tells her to be careful. Somyung explains that Mom looked really happy on the day. Seeing her mom happy made her happy too. Now in school, we see Siyun telling Somyung that they are going to have a snowball fight later and tells her that she should join too. To this, she replies and says that her mom will be waiting at the main gate for her. Siyun asks her, why can't she play with them for a day, and what's wrong? He continues and says that her brother wants to join too, so she should come. The brother hesitates and says that he won't join if she won't. Hearing this makes Siyun ask him if he's awkward with him as Somyung smiles at her adorable brother. She tells him that she'll ask Mom's permission and let them know. Hearing this makes the brother happy. Now after school, we see So talking to her mother. The mother gives her permission. She smiles and tells So to go and have fun with her friends. She continues and asks So if she can ask the brother to come here for a second, as she has to talk about something with him. So walks back as she tells her friends that she got her mom's permission. As So is asking Siyun where are the others, we see the brother talking to the mom in the back. Now we see the brother asking if they have eaten something and tells them to go get something from Hyung's seat. Somyung asks, how about juice? Suddenly we see the brother drinking juice as Siyun asks him if that's apple juice. And why is he drinking alone? Suddenly the other kids call them and say that it's going to be a 5 versus 5, so they should come fast. As Siyun goes towards them, we see the brother whisper to So that the mom gave the apple juice in the car as a reconciliation gift. Hearing this makes So happy. She smiles and says, that's great. The brother smiles back and tells her to go back to her position now to play. He points at her and tells her that she's on the opposite team. We see the kids pick up snowballs and start a countdown and start the game. We see the game start, and the kids start throwing snowballs at each other. As a snowball hits So she thinks that it's a relief that the mother and the brother made up with each other. She thinks to herself that from now on, she won't let Mom get angry at the brother, and that she'll take better care of him. As she's enjoying the game, she smiles and thinks that she's feeling so good today. Now after some time, we see the kids tired from playing and saying that their hands are cold. We see Siyun and So talk about how fun it was and that they should play again like this. Suddenly, someone calls So The kid tells her that he hasn't seen her brother since a while ago. She starts finding him and wonders where did he go. She goes everywhere looking for him. She reaches a bridge and thinks that she should search that side and starts walking as she screams his name. Suddenly, she sees the body of her brother floating in the river. Seeing this stuns So Mayong for a second. The second she realizes it, she screams in fear. She runs to the shore and drags the brother as the other kids come running after, hearing her scream, and ask her what happened. So, Mayong screams for someone to call 911 fast. She screams for someone to help her pull out her brother and asks if there's any adults passing by. She pulls the brother out and lays his head on her lap. She can't hear him breathing, so she starts getting scared. She asks Seyun how long till the ambulance arrives, to which Seyun replies and says that it'll take about 5 minutes. He asks if anyone can perform CPR among them. Mayong immediately remembers her teacher showing them how to do CPR. She immediately starts to remove his jacket. As she's doing it, she wonders how many times does she need to do it in a minute, and isn't it done differently for kids? She starts becoming dizzy as she panics more. She tells herself to get a hold and that he's her little brother. She starts the CPR and mouth to mouth. As she's doing it, we see Seyun bring the ambulance to them. We see the ambulance take the brother, and soon we hear the medic say something to Somyung. Hearing what the medic says shocks her. She starts to breathe heavily. As Somyung is standing there in disbelief, the mother comes running as she screams Somyung's name. Somyung tells her mom that the brother is dead. The mother hugs her and says, "Oh my God, you must have been really startled." She asks her if it was scary, all alone. Hearing her mom say all this shocks Somyung. She immediately thinks that she has something to ask her. Now we see a message saying that the body should be released to the deceased's family. As the mother and So Mayong are sitting next to each other, So Mayong wants to ask her if she knew everything, why she didn't try to see that drowned child for once. Why was there no water coming out of his nose or mouth? Why the only smell coming out of the brother's mouth was of apple juice? She thinks that all of this smells fishy. She thinks that the mother has answers to everything. So, Mayong looks at her mother and thinks she's crying beside me. She looks at her face and thinks that she must be imagining that the mother is smiling just because her lips are slightly tilted. So-myung thinks that she's slightly scared of the mother now, so she's not going to ask. At night, we see So-myung asking someone, maybe my mother had mixed something in the juice? We see that it's her friend Seyun. He gets confused and asks her if isn't this too much? She tells him that she knows it's weird, but still she's sure something else must have happened. Seyun gets concerned and says that he knows that the accident was too sudden and he also had seen the brother drink the apple juice too, but no matter what, she's her mother and he doesn't even want to imagine it. Mayong screams and tells him that she's her mother and he doesn't even know her mother as much as she does. So Myung calms down and tells Seyun that she's really sorry and that she shouldn't have gotten angry at him. Seyun tells her that it's okay and that he knows that she's going through a hard time. Seyun tells her that he heard that the brother had the empty juice pack in his pocket and that they found it inside the ambulance. She replies and tells him that she brought it home and hid it in a box with a password. Seyun asks her if they take it to the police, won't they be able to find out something? So Mayong hides under her blanket and tells Seyun in a worried and confused voice that she doesn't even know what he's talking about and that she's scared to even investigate. She asks him, what if it's all in her head, or what if it's a murder but nothing comes up in the investigation? Seyun tells So-myung to calm down first, but she continues and asks, what if what she's thinking is true? How is she going to live with her from now on? As she trembles in fear, Seyun tells So-myung that her mother has helped him quite a lot, and he doesn't think that she could have done something like that, and he wants to believe it. But he continues and says that he's worried about So-myung the most because it's her family, and she'll be the one suffering if she keeps doubting like this, so he'll help her as much as he can until she can feel relieved. Hearing this makes her feel better, and she tells him that she'll think about reporting it to the police. She'll take the juice pack with her to school tomorrow and tells him that she'll meet him there. We see So-myung sleeping in her bed, but suddenly the door opens. We see the mother creepily looking at So-myung sleeping. She reaches under the bed and finds the box with the juice box. She takes it out and opens the box. She holds the juice box in her hand as she looks at So-myung sleeping, and suddenly she starts smiling creepily as she looks over So-myung. And this is how this chapter ends. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.